Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am working on my 100-day project. I'm on the last 4 days. And I am in black. My 100-day project has been inspired by the book The Secret Lives of Color. And that'll be in the description box below, along with a link to the other videos in my 100 days. So if you're interested in seeing the other creations, you can do that. I also have shorts for all of my colors. So there was 10 different colors. So I have 10 different shorts. And I think my last short came out just not too long ago. So you can look for that if you're interested in just seeing a flip through of them. Or I do have them on Instagram, so if you just wanted to see the images, you can check that out. I think my Instagram link is also in the description box below. So this one is fairly short. I do add, white, and I used graphite there for my little scribbly marks. I don't think I did that on the last set of 4, so I thought I would do it here. We'll have a list of the colors, the paints that I use in the description box below, in case you're interested in seeing what colors contributed to the crazy creations that I'm making. So I was reading about some of the different colors in black, and one of them is Payne's Gray, and that's like, I really like that color. And when I was taking watercolor classes, I know they don't like you using black and whatnot, but Payne's Gray became a favorite. I really like Payne's Gray, and I don't think any of the paint I have, I think my Payne's Gray was empty, so I don't have any Payne's Gray in my color list. But so William Payne, he was born in Exeter in 1760 and raised in Devon before moving to London. Maybe, possibly. They're not positive on that. We do know that after spending some time as a civil engineer, Payne traveled to London and began painting full-time. So he was a member of the Old Watercolor Society, where he exhibited in the years from 1809 to 1812, and he also showed work at the Royal Academy. Payne, however, was most in demand as a teacher. So, they wanted him more as a teacher than as an artist, or rather than his paintings. But we do know that he was proud enough of this precise mixture of Prussian blue, yellow ochre, and crimson lake to make sure his name stuck to it. Now, I feel like I need to go get those colors and see if I can make Payne's Gray. I know it tends towards the blue side a lot. Yeah, but it says, why is Payne's Gray so beloved by artists? It is at least partially because of the phenomenon known as atmospheric perspective. Think of hills and mountains fading off into the distance, for example. The farther away things are, the paler and bluer they appear. This effect is caused by particles of dust, pollution, and water droplets scattering the shortest, bluest light wavelengths, and it is exacerbated by fog, rain, and mist. It is small wonder that a landscape painter working in Devon was the first to mix the deep blue-black-gray so peculiarly suited for capturing this effect. So that's where Payne's Gray came from. And yeah, I didn't have any, like, I'm out completely. Another of the black I read about was ink. I didn't really think about that. Ink, yeah. So the one thing for humans to have complex thoughts and plans, it's quite another to transmit them over long distances. That requires a system of marks that the sender knows and the receivers can understand. Writing. For most cultures, this has meant writing, which in turn has meant creating decent ink. Inks have tended to be black because they need to be very fluid to write with easily. Far more than paint, most pigments would not be sufficiently legible at such high levels of dilution. Yeah, so it looks like one of the original blacks inks was called lamp black. It's a very fine pigment that was easily produced by burning a candle or a lamp. This would be added to water and gum arabic, which helped the particles of lamp black disperse through the water rather than clumping together. The Chinese had a similar process. It was also lamp black, but they called it, it says sometimes it's confusingly known as India ink. I thought that was interesting. And they produced it in high quantities, I guess. But, yeah, the book has been really fun, really interesting read. Somebody in one of my earlier videos suggested another book. I did purchase it. I can't remember the name of it. I don't have it right here. But yeah, I plan on reading that next. It is also about color. It's a little bit different format. This one's an easy read, a real easy read. But not a lot of pictures. Just words. So if if you're a picture person, it's not going to have the pictures. It has the colors. Has colors, sort of. Anyway, so that is my 100 days of color. And I am just finishing these up. I'm adding some collage. Always have to add some collage. This time I decided to have light in the center and dark around the edges on these ones. I think that's the first time I've really centralized the light. Maybe because it's black. And yeah, I liked putting those two different polka dots together on there in the collage. Just for fun. So how is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today's been a fairly good day. The day I'm doing this voiceover is a Friday. So I'm just recently got off work, which is nice, and I'll have a nice weekend. Oh, and I had to add one more of my circles. I didn't count how many of my pieces have a circle, but yeah, a few. I'm thinking I will probably lay out all 100 pieces together and like film them, so that will be coming soon. So that just to have a view of them all in one space. I did create a little holder to keep them all in. Yeah, a little box made out of scrap paper. All my paper scraps. I'm spraying the backs of some of these collage papers because that kind of helps them stick a little bit better to the paper, to the surface. And some of my papers that were done on deli, adding that extra water just makes them just a slightly more transparent, which I like. So, and hopefully it'll stay transparent when it's dry. I guess we'll know here in a minute. Oh, and I've pulled out Robin McClendon's script stencil. So I wanted to add some interesting characters on here. So I decided this time I would stencil a little bit of white on on top for an accent. I want it really white, and I forget sometimes you have to be careful not to make smudges if you keep putting layers on there. I'm trying to decide which one I want in the next spot. Yeah, if you blot off your sponge before stenciling, you'll have cleaner stencil marks. Just a helpful hint. I didn't want my stencil to go down on that one above because it's still really wet. So I put the scissors there to keep it from touching. And this time we're going to put some black. And I've got to put something on top of that white space, don't you think? So I'm just pulling out. This is actually fabric paint, and it's not going well. So I have to try and fix it. It ends up okay in the end. Can't remember if I wipe it off completely or just fix it with the paintbrush. I don't know if it would wipe off because that underneath was still wet. It'd probably just make a big mess. I know there's a little bit of a reflection on there from my light, but when everything's wet, it's hard to get the right angle to prevent that glare. But I don't know. Have my abstracts improved from the first ones to the last ones, from white to black? I'm not sure. I think I would need to take a class in abstracts for my abstracts to improve. But, yeah. You'll have to tell me, let me know. Vote on what one's your favorite of the whole series. And like I said, I'll put them all out. I'll probably do like a short video in a day or so. And, yeah, just to show them all together. I don't know if I'll make that a short or a regular video. Got that tissue, I need to cut it. I'll have to fix that spot. But, yep, peeling the tape off for the last time. At least for this series, right? Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed the series. Let me know. Leave me a comment. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And I'll have some pictures here in the end so you can see them. Just got to doctor a little bit. Yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. If you did see the entire series, I appreciate you following along. I hope you have an awesome day.